this funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress and bring me looking like what blessings drop in. And so I got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Warning, the following image and or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Hey y'all, guess what? Guess what? I don't even have my sound effect hooked up or anything, man, at all, man. Man, what the hell? I can't even do my sound effects today. This live is already some bullshit. I knew it when I started talking about men on my live. That's when everything started sabotaging. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. It is absolutely y'all fault. I can't do my goddamn. I can't do it's bullshit. I can't do none of that right now. Damn. I'm gonna have to straight freestyle this whole entire show tonight. It's y'all fault. It is y'all fault. Your fault. Your fault. Absolutely your fault. But anyway, salute everybody. Welcome to the One Show. My name is Irby. Appreciate you tuned in to the stream today. We're going to have a phenomenal live like always, y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up to the lounge for real. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, goodness. Salute to everyone. Salute to everyone in the building. We got Just E in the building. Yay! We got Blue. She pulled up. She said, have a great live on Irby. Yay! We got Lady Sub. I talk in the building as well, too. Yay! We got Constance, Boss Lady in the building as well, too. Yay! And we got Sour Patch Sweet Rita again. Yay! Oh, goodness gracious, man. Yeah, I'll sit up here straight freestyling my sound effects. Yay! Oh, goodness, man. But once again, salute, man. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Wild Stream tonight. Like I said, we do have a really great show tonight that I want to present to y'all. And I also want to get y'all perspective about what I'm going to talk about tonight too. So what I'm going to do after I get through with my monologue, right, I am going to drop the link. I want to hear people perspective about this particular topic we're going to want to talk about. All right. So just the what the hell else going on here? I got a lot going on here. Hold on. Let me fix my camera. Like, what the fuck? All right. There we go. Anyway. So tonight's topic, it was actually inspired based on what I was talking about last night about, about the women, about the women being always right. You know what I'm saying? We was having a good conversation about that. I was giving you my perspective about it, but this particular topic here, it really had me thinking about this, right? And another thing too, on Lionel, he's on the building right now. Now Lionel, he had hit me up and he was talking about this too. He was talking about men in leadership positions. You know what I'm saying? So I believe tonight will be a good follow-up show where we can actually talk about this. Tonight's topic, what we're going to talk about why women stop trusting men to be the leader in a relationship. Why women stop trusting men to lead in the relationship altogether. What happened there? What was the disconnect there? Why women no longer are trusting men to lead in the relationship? Hey, Lonnie said, Irby, you need to let me do the goddamn monologue. I don't even got my sound effects, bro. That's bullshit. Oh, man. It's going to be a show tonight. But anyway, y'all. Why women stop trusting men to lead the relationship? Those of y'all in the chat right now, those of y'all not only in the chat, those of y'all who are watching, and those of y'all who are catching the replay. Briefly explain to me, why do you believe women stop trusting men to be in leadership positions in the relationship? Or why do women stop trusting men to lead a relationship altogether? Put it into the chat. What do you think the reason why? Because I'm really curious about this. And this is not going to be one of them shows where I'm blaming the woman on this. To be honest with you. To be quite honest with you. This situation that's happening is not the woman's fault. It's not the woman's fault. It's actually us. It's our fault as men. That's facts. Boo, 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 boo. Don DeMarco, go. It's actually us, men. It's our fault. But I want y'all to put it to the chat. I honestly want to know, why do y'all believe that men no longer should be in a leadership position with you as a woman? Why do you don't trust a man to lead you? Let's say right now you are either thinking about being in a relationship or you're probably in a relationship right now. You don't trust a man to make certain decisions about the relationship. Like case in point, last night I was telling y'all about the whole situation with me and Mrs. Irby, the whole navigation system, right? Where I was telling y'all that I was given a certain type of direction, right, to where to go. But she was saying that now we had to go this particular direction. But in reality, I was actually right about the direction where we was going, right? And then I presented a video to y'all last night that was satire, but it was talking about the same exact thing, where it was a woman in the car. She was riding in the car with this dude, right? And even the navigation system was telling her that she was incorrect. So my question is, why women stop trusting men to lead a relationship? And once again, I'm not gonna hamper down on y'all. I'm not gonna go super in on y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a break tonight because like I say, this particular show today, this is a show that us men, we have to take a L for this, for real. We do. We really do got to take a L for this one. Because I believe everything in me that we need to be holding ourselves accountable for this particular disconnect. We can blame it on feminism. Absolutely we can, which that's valid. We can blame it on modern day dating. We can blame it on modern day women, which nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? All that's still valid. But when you look down to the core of it, the core of all of this, right? It started with who? The disconnect started with men. Once again, the disconnect started with men. Well, how did that happen? In this country, was known as the patriarchal system. Through the patriarchal system, we operated through Christianity on worldview beliefs where they believe that it's God, the husband, the wife, and the children. Correct? Correct? So, even within the patriarchal system, the men were superior over their wives. That wasn't equal, that was superior over them. What would I mean by superior? I mean that they were superior to the point where they treated their wives as though they was slaves themselves. Now keep in mind back in the day that they also had slaves. So the men back in the day, they treated their wives as slaves as well too. If you don't listen to me, that this is going to be the end result. I also mentioned yesterday when I was referencing about Kevin Samuels, right? The late Kevin Samuels was talking about domestic discipline, okay? Domestic discipline is simply when a man had the full authoritarian or superior power over that woman where he could discipline her however way he see fit. If he want to put hands on that woman, he'll put hands on her. That's why you see back in the day, whenever that woman got out of line, guess what? They do slap the hell out of her right then and there. When that woman got out of line, guess what he did? Not only he slapped the hell out of her, sometimes he'll take a belt and beat her. Or he'll literally take her and lock her up in another room, right? And lock the room up and keep her in that said room for a certain period of time. All these things was happening back during that day through the original patriarchal system in this country. So therefore, due to all these things happening, right, it came to the point that women finally got tired of our bullshit as men. Women finally got tired of our bullshit, and guess what? They decided to fight back. They decided to fight back by fighting for their legal rights. And this enter into the first wave of the feminist movement, where they start fighting for their rights. The very first thing that the women was fighting for was what? Was it independence? Was it money? No, not at all. Not at all. Through history, the very first thing that women fought for was their right to do what? Put in the chat, y'all. I know y'all American history. What was the first thing that women fought for? What's the first thing that women fought for? Put it in the chat. I know y'all know. I know y'all been to school. I know y'all did y'all history studies, right? What's their first thing? The right to vote. Boop, 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 boop. Don DeMarco, go. They fought for their right to vote. Why was that significant? Why was that important for them to fight for their right to vote? The reason why is because they knew that if they had the right to vote, then guess what? They would automatically have the right to do what? Change laws. Do you know that the old patriarchal system was based on law? Once again, do you know that the original patriarchal system was based on law? It was integrated into the law of this land. Y'all do know that, right? So the women, they became strategic. They're like, hey, in order for us to get our freedom, in order for us to be equal towards a man, in order for us to stop being abused, right, we have to change the law. The only way we could change the law is for us to, first of all, establish our right to vote. And so that's what they did. They went and established their rights to vote. But guess what? At the first wave, that wasn't good enough. Because in the first wave, right, there wasn't getting enough pushback. There was not getting enough support. So guess what they did? They had to re-strategize this. When I re-strategized this, what was the thing that they did? Come on, y'all. I know we having a history class, but trust me, it's a method to my madness while I'm building this up for y'all tonight. What was the next thing they did? The next thing that they did is that they had to get people to be a part of the struggle. What people did they get to be a part of the struggle? Us black people, us colored people, us Negroes. So they end up recruiting us or our ancestors to be part of the struggle. This is when it ended up converting into equal rights, civil rights, and all that good old stuff. So the first wave of the feminist movement was trying to establish the right to vote, and they failed at it. So enter to the second wave where they start adding in the slaves and different things like that, right? And guess what? They revamped this thing, or they repackaged it, right? Say that, hey, slaves, they doing the same as that thing to us as they do it to you, right? Yeah, they are. They are. So when we all just come together and fight the oppressor, that sounds like a great idea. So they all came together to fight the oppressor. Hence the second wave of the feminist movement. So this particular wave, that's when they start getting the recruitment and the push and everything. Then guess what? They end up getting their right to vote. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that even when the women had got their right to vote, right? Do you know also back in the day that the slaves still didn't have their right to vote because they still was considered slaves as property? Y'all know that? It was almost nearly centuries later before the slaves actually was considered as a U.S. citizen, where they was no longer considered as property. Then shortly after that, that's when they had gained their rights to vote as well too. But it started with who? Us. Started with us. So why am I telling y'all all of this? The reason why I'm telling y'all all of this is because all of this started with men. We the one who put our women into the condition that they're in right now. It started with us black men, right? When we start integrating into the same culture as our white oppressors. Let's keep it real. When we start integrating into the same type of culture or the same type of worldview as our white oppressors, right? We start developing that domestic discipline and all kind of stupid ass shit. And that's where the disconnect started with our women. That's where the disconnect started. We start feeling like since we're equal to our oppressors now, then we can want to believe just like our oppressors. Therefore, we could treat our women similar to originally how the oppressors treated their women. We started creating these single parent households. We started treating our women as property. Instead of us continuing that original tradition where we love and support our women, right? We start disconnecting from them. We start saying like, hey, I don't want to be with you, but I want to have kids with you. So we start creating these broken households. Hell, we would start graping our women and everything. We would start graping our women. We start molesting our kids. Let's keep it real. Let's have this conversation today. Let's keep it real tonight. And when I'm saying we, I'm talking about men. Talking about men. We start graping women. Start molesting our children. Because that's what our oppressors did. So therefore, wherever our oppressors was privileged with, we start doing the same exact thing because we felt like we privileged. We call it having the house Negro mentality. So we start doing all these things to our women. We start treating our women as property. We start disrespecting our women. We start doing all these different things to our women. Hell, my boy on Lionel, he's in the chat right now. Lionel tells people about his story. And everything about Lionel's story is very valid. It's very valid because that's the reality. Some of us will say or will say, no, Lionel's story is anonymous. It's anonymous. It rarely happens. But in my previous line of work, and also in the current line of work that Mrs. Irby do, that story is more common than what you think. It's way more common than what you think. But just because you're stuck in your bubble, you thinking that it's an anomaly. It's one of the worst situations that happen. But no, it's way more common than what you think. And that's facts. Way more common. But there are so many dudes who are out there treating women wrong, being disrespectful towards the women, still to this day treating women like property, getting upset because a certain type of woman don't want to go out with them, turning into a damn incel because you had a bad experience with a woman that you chose. Now, just like I say, on this channel, we talk about modern day women all the time. We talk about betas and all this stuff all the time. We do. But also, we got to hold people accountable too. Tonight on this stream, we're going to hold these men accountable for real. The choices and decisions that they done made, It's a straight up bullshit. That's bullshit. It is. So by all of this that I'm bringing up to you right now, I'm bringing up to the forefront, right? Is it safe to say that it's very valid for the woman to state that us as men are not in our proper leadership positions with them? Is it safe to say that women are very valid in an argument where they say we're not leaders to them at our period? Is it safe to say, is it also valid to say that women do not trust us in being a leader? The answer to the question is yes, it's very valid. They're absolutely correct. They are absolutely correct. Tonight on this show, what I'm going to do for the men out here, not only I'm going to hold y'all accountable for your bullshit behavior that you've been doing, but I'm also going to challenge you on this. My question is this, those of y'all who see my thumbnail, I did that for a reason. Everything I do, it has a purpose behind it, trust me. But I want to challenge y'all on this. I want to challenge y'all men on this tonight. What I want to challenge y'all is this. What is a leader? How do that look like? What does it mean to be a leader to you? What does it mean to be a leader? Is a leader a person who dominates and controls a woman all the time? Is a leader who dominate and control their women all the time? What is a leader? How does that look like? Women, y'all can participate in this as well too. What do a leader look like to you? Because in order for us to gain the trust with y'all, right, we have to first discover what it actually means to be a leader. What does that mean to you? Does it mean that the dude got to grab you by your neck and force you to do something? What do that mean? What do that look like? Does it mean to control? How does that look like? Tonight on this show, I'm going to explain to y'all about true leadership. Because I believe a lot of men honestly do not know what it means to be a leader. I believe a lot of men out there honestly believe that being a leader means that you need to control. Being a leader means that you got to tell someone what to do. And then if they don't do it the way that you want them to do, then you end up on reprimanding them. I believe a lot of men out there held this ideology. But I'm going to reveal to y'all tonight on this show that is far from the truth. That's far from the truth. That also on the show, like I told y'all before I started, also on the show, I want to hear from y'all. I am going to drop the link later because I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear y'all perspective on this topic. I want to hear what does it mean to be a leader to you. I want to hear, do you believe that you are an effective leader? I want to hear from you, why do you feel like that women cannot trust men to lead them? That's what I want to hear today. So I am going to drop the link later. But shout out to everyone who's in the building right now. Appreciate you on pulling up. I see a lot of people in the house right now. We got Scorpio Mama in the building. Salute, welcome. Appreciate you a whole lot. We got Mike in the building as well too. What's up with him, Mike? So Mike, man, you're in for a treat tonight in the lounge. So appreciate you on pulling up to the lounge. Normally I have my sound effects and everything going, but it's not working right now, and I'm not gonna fuck with it tonight. We're just gonna roll with it. All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all who are in the building as well too. So we figure out to get into this. Oh, by the way, sorry y'all. I forgot about something. Real quick, before we get deeper to the show, right? Let me do something real quick, all right? Let me go ahead and do this. I have to do a quick promo, all right? let me go ahead and do this quick promo. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, have there ever been a time in your life where you feel like that, you need some type of guidance, you need some type of understanding? Have there ever been a time in your life where you reached a certain level and you feel like that every time you go 2 steps ahead, you end up going 4 steps back? Have there ever been a time in your life where you end up having to start all the way over and you end up losing your purpose in life? If that resonates to you, then I have something for y'all that will help you out in your journey. I present to you Journey's Mirror. Journey Mirror is a journal that my good old sis Blue had created. Blue is a content creator on YouTube. I had did the honor of purchasing her book, and I already looked into her book, and the material and quality that she have in her is A1. So those of y'all, you're looking for purpose, you're looking for understanding, you're looking to be inspired, by all means, pick up this journal, Journey Mirror by Blue Burrell. All right? I don't want to call her by a full name, but pick up this book, Journey Mirror by Blue Burrell. I have the link already pinned in my community wall, all right? So make sure y'all support this great, phenomenal content creator, all right? So that's my promotion. Let's get to the show, y'all. Let's get to the show. Cheryl, what's up with us? Salute. Welcome to the lounge. So we're going to get to the comment as well too later, all right? So like always, y'all, I do have videos that I want to present to y'all, but before I present this video, let me give y'all the clear-cut definition of what a leader is, all right? So let me share this with y'all real quick. Make sure I pull this up correctly. All right, so here it is. A leader is an individual who guides and do what? Inspires others towards a shared vision, emphasizing responsibility, service, and development. Leadership involves more than just authority. It requires what? A commitment to growth and success of those under one care. So question, where in this definition do it say that a leader is strictly controlling someone? A leader is strictly being toxic. A leader is you do as I say only. What does it say that? A leader is an individual who guides and inspires. So if you're not guiding a person, if you're not being inspirational, then you're not a leader. If you're not holding yourself accountable for the choices and decisions that you make, then you're not a leader. If you're not expressing servitude and development every single day of your life, then you are not a leader. All you are is a toxic, controlling person. I believe this. I believe that a lot of people misconstrue what a leader is. They misconstrue this so much so where they end up getting into these relationships thinking that this dude is a leader or this man is a leader. But in reality, he's not. All he is a person who slept here, manipulating you, controlling you for his own self-purposes. I want to add on to this, which I got more of this definition, but I want to add on to this is that a leader is always self-sacrificing. A leader is always thinking about others before they're thinking about themselves. A leader is always strategic in their movements. Facts. Let me share this with you. We forget it to this, y'all. Hopefully this is the right one, y'all. I hope I'll share it in the right order. All right, so here's the characteristics of a leader. Check this out. The characteristics of a leader is responsibility and accountability. Leaders are responsible for people who achieve results rather than being solely accountable for outcomes themselves. True leadership involves doing the right thing even when no one is watching, which builds what? Trust and respect. Being a leader is also service and humility as well too. Servant leadership emphasizes leading with humility and humbleness. Focus on the needs and growth of those being led. Being a leader is about committed to see others rise, not just only yourself. Let's get into it, y'all. So I hope y'all taking notes on this live because I'm giving y'all some good content tonight, y'all. A leader is also vision and commitment. Effective leaders can transform their vision into shared commitment among team members. They pass along their vision in such a way that others are motivated to work towards the same goal. A leader is based on skills and development. Develop set of skills. Leadership is a skill that requires continuous development and practice. Overcoming the fear of the consequences of leadership is crucial for those who aspire to lead. And last but not least, a leader is someone who guides others towards a shared vision, emphasizing responsibility, service, and continued development. True leadership involves more than just authority. It requires humility, commitment, and a focus on the growth and success of those that are being led. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why our women are saying that us as men are not in our proper leadership positions. They're saying this simply because we don't even understand what it means to be a leader. We don't even know how it looks like to be a leader. We only assume, or this is what we do also. We either self-teach ourselves to be a leader, or we have other men in our life, whether it's your father, whether it's your uncle, whether it's your cousin. Hell, it could be even other women that inspire you to be a leader, or they teach you how to be a leader. But in reality, they don't even know how to be a leader. They don't even know how that looks. So they go by their own self-understanding about what it means to be a leader, and they end up incorporating that into your being as a child, and you're growing up thinking that you're being a leader, but in reality, you're not. And therefore, get into this relationship thinking that you are a leader, but you're not. You're not. You're not nowhere close to being a leader, period. Nowhere close. And then guess what we do? We get so upset when our women don't want to comply with us. We get so upset when our women say, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. We do. We get so upset. Then guess what? Our pride and ego start kicking in. I'm the man. You should be doing everything I tell you to do. Then guess what? It started off with that verbal abuse. Then that verbal abuse started becoming narcissistic. Then that narcissistic started becoming physical abuse. And next thing you know, you're in a toxic relationship. All because you thinking or you assuming that you're doing a leadership service when you're not. Let me explain this to y'all. Throughout my years of me being married, right, I had to unlearn how to be a leader. I had to unlearn everything that my father taught me. I had to unlearn everything that my grandfather taught me. I had to unlearn everything that my uncles taught me. I had to unlearn even things that my pastor taught me about being a leader. I had to unlearn all that and learn it all over again about how to be an effective leader. Because everything that they was teaching me was false. Everything they was teaching me was toxic. Everything that they was teaching me was destructive. To where the women that was in my life started losing trust. They started losing trust, and guess what? Just like I told y'all about the first and second wave of the feminist movement, right? Guess what? They eventually started pushing back. I literally had to unlearn everything about what I thought it meant to be a leader, to learn it all the way over again, how to be a leader. Now to this day, I am a very effective leader in my marriage. I'm a very effective leader with my children. I'm a very effective leader even in my career. Hell, I'm even an effective leader on YouTube because there's certain things that I do and I move a certain way, and I notice this. I notice that when I do certain things right, that I inspire people. Even though some people may disagree with some of my bullshit that I say, but at the end of the day, I inspire people. I motivate people. There are people right now who are literally do things to replicate some of the things that I say, that replicate some of my talking points. They even replicate the setup and everything that I do. Am I hating on that? No, because that's all part of being a leader. Because I'm inspiring people. I'm inspiring people to be at their best. I'm inspiring people that even when you put out content, that you don't have to put out no beefing content or nothing like that. You don't. Because you have all the skills that you need at your disposal. But it does take time, patience, and development for you to get there. So guess what I do? I inspire. I lead by example. I take the long road. Instead of trying to shortcut, I take the long road to constantly develop my content, develop my character, and to make relationships with fellow subscribers as yourself and other content creators as well too. Facts. But that's all part of being a leader, being an effective leader. So my question to y'all is this. How many of y'all right now are being effective leaders? How many of y'all are even being taught how to be a leader or effective leader? How many of y'all? Now, this conversation is preferably going towards the men because that's what I'm getting on tonight. How many of you are being taught how to be an effective leader right now? How many of you right now have people who are in your circle that you can look up to that inspire you to be the best version of yourself? That inspire you to go over and beyond your ability. that inspire you to hold yourself accountable when you screw up. How many people do you have in your circle that does that for you? That's doing that for you right now. If you're over here in a lounge, you're over here in the lounge, you're over here watching this content, you're over here rocking with Urban, I guarantee that you are in the right place. Facts. You're in the right place. Now, once again, there may be things that you may not agree with me upon, but rest assured that one thing that you can agree is that I'm always consistent about who I am. I'm always consistent about who I am, and I'm always consistent about my leadership ability as well, too. I'm always inspiring. I'm always motivating. I'm always turning people down, but in my version is by me turning people down. I'm not doing it in a toxic way. I'm turning people down. Basically, I'm turning people's ideology down and rebuilding it back up. So you could be the best version of yourself. Facts. Now I'm figure ready to drop this link, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna drop this link. I had a couple of videos that I want to share with y'all. You know what? Matter of fact, I do that. I'm gonna drop this link, but I'm also gonna share this video with y'all too, because I believe this video do hit the point about being a leader. All right, so listen to this real quick.
5 signs. You're a natural leader. Most people don't have what it takes for number 5, so make sure to watch till then. 1. You inspire others. People are drawn to your energy and vision. You motivate them to be their best selves. 2. You're a great listener. You value others' opinions and make them feel heard. This builds trust and loyalty. 3. You take responsibility. When things go wrong, you don't blame others. You own it and find solutions. 4. You're adaptable. In a rapidly changing world, you're quick to adjust your strategies and learn new skills. 5. You empower others. The true mark of a leader isn't creating followers, it's creating more leaders. If you watch this far, comment leader below and then that hit follow, as this account is for natural leaders like you.
Facts, absolutely facts, absolute facts. Let's get it to y'all. I'm gonna share this one. I'm not gonna share all these videos tonight because I got like about 5 of them, but I'm not gonna share all tonight because I do want to drop this link tonight. I do want to have a conversation with y'all.
Leadership is nothing about being in charge. It's the awesome responsibility to see those around us rise. It's about taking care of those in our charge. The closest analogy I can give to being a great leader is like being a great parent. Yes, I know you don't get to pick your team sometimes, but you don't get to pick your children either. And yet you show up with love every day. And you work tirelessly to see that they will gain the skills and the confidence to do well and excel in their lives. And great leaders are doing exactly the same thing. Leadership is all about human skills. And leaders who become great leaders, it's because they study leadership. They're obsessed with it. They read books about it, they watch talks about it, they read articles about it, and when you go out with them, all they want to do is talk about it. They're obsessed with the concept. Just like parents, there's no such thing as an expert parent, but you read articles, you read books, you talk to other parents, and you solve problems along the way.
Facts, absolutely. Absolutely. So tonight, I want to hear from y'all tonight. I want to hear from y'all tonight. I want y'all to be a part of this conversation tonight. Because tonight, I don't want to just straight monologue with y'all all night. Long, right? Like I normally do. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear about what do you believe? What is a leader? Do you agree with everything that was spoken tonight? Do you agree with this perspective about being a leader? Do you disagree about this perspective about being a leader? Ladies, after everything that been presented tonight, do this at least give you a little bit security where you can start trusting us men to become effective leaders for you? Do it. Because once again, I commit that we have dropped the ball on this one for real. We really have. We really have. Now, I can't speak for every man in the world, but what I can do is speak for not only myself, but I can also speak for the men that are around me right now, that we are doing our absolute best to be the best leader as possible for you. We're doing our absolute best to not only be the best leader possible for you, but we're also doing our very best to regain their trust that we have violently took away from you through poor decision. We're doing our absolute best to do that. Now, is it a work in progress? Absolutely, it's still a work in progress. Is there still things that we need to learn? Absolutely, it is. But I would tell y'all this, ladies. I would tell y'all that us men, we are doing our best to do everything to reestablish that trust, to reestablish that respect, where you can want to effectively be with us and you could totally trust our decision making. Where you could totally trust where we're not going to do nothing to physically, mentally, and spiritually harm you. We're not going to belittle you. We're not going to make you feel bad or anything like that. Will we challenge your ideology? Absolutely, we will. Absolutely, because it's part of being a leader. Just as the same way how women would challenge our ideology or certain decision makers that we do. And man, we have to also understand that too. Like sometimes when women do give us some pushback on certain decisions that we make, it ain't always because she trying to be right or she always trying to be in control. Sometimes she honestly be having a certain type of fear or insecurity about the decision. And sometimes we have to recognize the difference between the two, or we got to discern the difference between the two. Sometimes we have to be transparent like that. We have to allow our women to be open like that, to give us that little pushback, to give us that, I don't know about this type thing. You know what I'm saying? A matter of fact, last night, once again, when I was giving y'all that example about me and Mrs. Urban, I was telling you about the whole navigation thing. Do y'all remember what I told y'all? Do y'all remember what was the end result behind that? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember what I said? I had said this. I had said that I had went on and went the direction that Mrs. Urban wanted me to go. The reason why I did that, it wasn't to prove a point or anything like that. The reason why I did that is because even so, sometimes you have to allow the woman to see the truth. Because sometimes that said woman, the only way she's going to see the truth is by her simply going through the emotions behind it. There are other women who are not like that. If you tell them that, they'll take it face value, right? But there are other women, they're not going to take it face value. They need evidence behind it. They need to see the results behind it. So sometimes you have to just let it play itself out. Then once when it plays itself out, you don't do that, ha, I told you so moment, nothing like that. What you do, you read as a leader, you be humble, and you redirect. Just that simple. And guess what's going to happen? She's going to learn way more by you being that way than being a straight up asshole. That's facts. That's facts. Constance say a leader is the head of the guy and the girl. Facts. As Sweet Ritter, she said by experience. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Lionel, salute. Welcome, man. Welcome. What you got on the topic tonight, bro?
What's up, man?
Salute, man. Appreciate you.
I already got problems here, man.
Oh, crap.
Dead serious. Already got problems here. But this is a very interesting conversation that definitely needs to happen more and on broader stages, because I don't see enough men talking on this, and I don't mean the panderers, the ones who are, women are always right type of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they say it, I roll my eyes. But no, because that was the conversation last night when I was listening. Remember, like when I took out of that, I was listening to the leadership part, and I just thought to myself, what I've been seeing in life, that these dudes aren't leaders. We look at
Mm-hmm.
the black community, a lot of these men aren't leaders. None of them meet the criteria that you just outlined, and I'm sure there might be other criteria that gets outlined also. When you're looking at these men that these women are with, and I talk to people. That's the thing. I talk to people. I ask questions. I'm very intrusive because I don't give a crap. I'm always trying to absorb information and see what's going on. And I ask more than enough women to tell me about their husbands. What makes him so great? And you never really get a good conversation out of that. It's synonymous with when me and my family, we all have this thing. When people will be like, oh my goodness, this person is such a genius. And we'll all be like, what makes them a genius? Or when they be like, my kid is so smart, we challenge it. All four of us. It's something I actually taught all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because people, so they loosely use the word genius or smart. Parents overhype their kids and crap. And I got them to challenge that very quickly. So I reflect that when I'm looking at women and they're telling me about their man. Okay, what makes them great? But the problem is the women don't say that these men are great. They're not telling me that they're an inspiration. Even the people that have money, it goes back to my conversation with my mom when she was telling me about this couple and told me about the guy. He had money, he had a boat, some housing. And I said, but what value does he bring? Who is he inspiring? What exactly is he doing to create progression? She couldn't answer me.
Mm-hmm.
She actually went back to talk with him, came back to talk to me, and still couldn't answer the question. So it goes back to what would these women say about their boyfriends, about their husbands? Is this dude great? Is he a revolutionary? Is he inspiring change? Is he helping you get to the next step in life? Is he making you tenfold better than what you once was? Most women aren't going to say yes, and I am speaking for the women. Most of you will not say yes because that's not your reality. Can a woman sit here and try to tell me no when the last 40 years have been the women saying that the men haven't been doing this?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Like their argument is defeated before they even get started because that's not what we're seeing. There's clearly a disconnect. Like Sweet Rita said, like you mentioned, look at all these. I mean, even today, what is still happening? These girls are getting touched. They're getting
Mm-hmm.
abused. You look at men's spaces, and the one thing the women are getting out of listening to the men's spaces is they think that the men hate women.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, it's rightfully so that it's valid because there
And
are a
I've,
lot of men spaces that truly do hate women.
and I've said that. I said they have every reason to think that. I can't even clap back at that. a lot of these guys do sound like they hate women. And then when they're trying to hear, well, what do you want the women to do? Essentially, hold on.
Shout out to everybody that's in the bidding right now. We are having a great, phenomenal conversation right now. Once again, why women stop trusting men to lead in a relationship? That is the main talking point for tonight. Why?
Okay, I'm back.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, the dudes are abusing these girls. What would they had the thing where they found 70,000 active users on this site where all these men were talking about how they want to assault women. 70,000 active users talking about how they want to assault women.
Yeah, that is insane.
And that's just one site. When you have other places, I've sent you articles where they're talking about, we have men, and it's, again, I'm not saying it's a lot of men, but you see these different men. You have men literally champion being like 30 years old and being with a 4-year-old and talking about what's wrong with that. Women don't feel safe when they hear this. So then what they're going to do is that they're going to say, okay, well, that was a white guy saying it. So what are the black men saying? Well, they're not saying anything. So now the women don't feel protected.
Yep. Or they participate in it in the very thing that they fear.
So that's been an argument of mine too. If in the conversations I have, when I hear men, because I talk to men, and if I'm talking about abuse for women, when I hear men tell me I would never do that, or I would get the guy who did that, I automatically think they're a liar. It's just reflexively, because I'm like, the dudes who generally say what you're saying are the ones who participate in it. 9 times out of 10, the dudes that are silent are the ones I'm going to believe. But the ones who literally have to defend it are the ones I instantly think are lying. But that comes from experience. That comes from knowing so many victims and seeing what these men do. The women have every right not to feel protected. Like, yo, these men out here are just trying to lead. I know too many little girls who are preyed upon by grown men. But then, and this is why you've seen me in the comment section quite a lot when people say, well, a real man would do this. And what do I say? I hate when y'all say real man.
Yeah, what does that mean, a real man?
Because to me, as far as I'm concerned, men are men. And when I hear women try to put connotations, or men try to put connotations on a real man, it's them trying to exemplify certain qualities that men are supposed to have. But the same qualities that these women are saying that these men are supposed to have, 9 times out of 10, they're the predators behind the scenes. They're the abusers. They're the monarchs, the Hitlers. That's who they are. That's why it irks me whenever I hear anyone say, well, a real man would do this. I don't think y'all know what a real man is.
Facts. That just the same as that they don't know what a leader is neither.
And that's where I'm going to with that, because they don't know what a leader is. So when we blame the women on what has happened, now don't get me wrong, there is a minor accountability into that. But when we blame the women about, yo, they raised these young boys, because we put a lot of crap on them for raising these young boys or women. Well, look at the examples they had as leaders. They didn't have good examples at all. So what did y'all think was going to come out of this?
Mm-hmm. Facts. Hey, Sweet Rita, she put this in the comment. I actually agree with her on this one. She said, if a woman can fully trust you, she truly believes that you will be able to lead her in the right direction.
So I saw that comment before I came up. And hold on.
Hold on. But once again, shout out to everyone who's in the building right now. Appreciate y'all want to tune into the stream. Make sure you hit that thumbs up because it support the channel a whole lot. Once again, the main talking point tonight is why women start trusting men to lead in the relationship. What happened? What caused this disconnect? My main rebuttal on that is because men simply do not know what it means to be a leader. Period.
Urban, my bad. So Sweet Rita's comment, before I lose thought, my issue with this comment is that I know girls who fully trust these men, fully trust them, but they have led them to homelessness, to bankruptcy, led them across the country with no stability. And I put it also, you have to have so much more than just trusting this guy. Because if he don't have those qualities, trusting him is irrelevant. You about to be homeless. You about to be sleeping in a dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
He can have all your trust and he may not do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is why the women gotta stop looking beyond, they gotta start looking past certain things and really have to dive into that quality. Because I hear a lot of women tell me they fell in love with the potential, but that potential never becomes reality. And when I see these guys or hear about them, I'm like, what potential did you see? So again, if I take the women out of this, when you're looking at these guys, think about what I said. What potential did you see? Because the dude, he dropped out of middle school, can't tie his shoes, no teeth in his mouth,
Mm-hmm.
living in mama's basement.
Here's my rebuttal on that. The potential that they see is it always started off with a physical and mental connection with women. Okay.
Yeah.
If that dude could connect with them mentally right, show them that they are the world, and then also the dude connect with them physically as well too, sexually, that's it. It's a wrap. They're looking at the potential. They're like, potentially, since he's doing this certain type of thing, right, that potentially he could be greater than that. And so I'm going to trust that. But the thing about it, ladies, is that you don't need to fall for that. All that is this game that dude is running on you, because that dude never had any type of attention whatsoever to lead you properly how the way that you deserve to be led. All it is at the end of the day is that dude set up and run the game so he can smash you. Let's keep it real. Because once again, that's like what me and Lionel was saying tonight on the show. We're holding men accountable tonight. We're holding men accountable because that's what these dudes do.
That's their mentality. And it's like, I tell women, when I was growing up, what was I hearing from men? Hey, is she cute? That should be your girl. That's it. How many girls have you smashed?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. This is what all the old men were saying.
Yeah, that'd be an achievement. That's part of the barbershop talk, by the way, that we talking about. They'll be like, hey man, how many chicks you smash or you want to smash tonight? Sure, I'm trying to look to smash like about 10 of them tonight, bro. Going to the club tonight to find them? Yep.
What's funny about this is that, and women, this isn't an attack, but the way women take what I say when I say this, they don't consume it correctly. Because when I'm making this point, it's like, look at what the grown men that y'all are saying we should have been listening to or following, or the grown men of yesterday, look at what they were telling us. These weren't the leaders. They were literally telling us to just smash all of you. Smash as many as you can. If not that, marry the girl that you think is cute. Qualities be damned. That was our leaders of yesterday.
Facts. I agree.
Like that, they don't hear that though. For some reason, they twist that logic, and I'm trying to help them hit land with this because that's how bad the men were of yesteryear. When I sit here and tell them that these men are literally saying, "Don't get married," but then they're like, What men are you talking to?" It doesn't matter that I've traveled, right? It doesn't matter that I've literally been up and down the East Coast and to the West. Doesn't matter that I talk to people who do nothing but travel. We all talk to all types of different men, and it's almost universal what the men are saying. But like these women who are married, if you let your husbands talk to me, I 100% promise you he would tell me not to get married. Despite the fact that he would probably hype you up. Because that is what these leaders are, quote unquote. That's what the men are. Because they don't have the right concept of being a leader.
Facts. I agree. And ladies, y'all got to understand that this is systematic in a way where we use systematic when we talk about racism, right? Systematic racism and stuff, right? But y'all got to understand this systematic with men, period, how the way we've been taught how to treat women. We've been taught treating women that women are a conquest. The more you have, the more your social status is and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so just imagine being taught that, right? And then this same dude enter into the same ideology, enter into the relationship the same exact way. This is where you be having these single parent households happening, women getting married out of wedlock and all this stuff because the women are, they're trusting the men because obviously they're trusting the men because they're allowing the men to procreate with them. So they're trusting them, right? But they're not understanding that this type of man is not on the same wavelength or what they think he is, especially with the potential thing. They'll sell you that pipe dream. Concept.
I'm not a fan of the energy arguments. So this is where I also say, when you listen to the women, what are they saying? I chose this guy because this is all that was around. Unfortunately, what am I supposed to say? I could easily say, hey, move out the way. My bad. Move away, go to a different state, find something different. But guess what? They probably gonna find that same dude because it's so many dudes that are walking around that don't have a concept of what they need to do. This is why you see a bunch of people who are married or in relationships, but the man isn't really inspiring anything. We're just paying our bills, going to work. But if you ask, what is your goal for the next 10 years? What are you trying to build? You're not going to meet many of the men who are going to answer this question. Now, don't be wrong. This isn't to say that the women won't answer, because the women generally like to brag or try to create a narrative. But what are the men saying? 9 times out of 10, they not saying much. So it's like, it's go beyond just being a leader. These dudes don't even know how to be a husband. They don't know how to be head of the family.
Facts.
But they have to get held accountable, because it's like, this is what you want to do. So if you want to do this, or you want to be in the situation, why aren't you taking those steps to put yourself in the role? Like, you're taking the title, but you're not actually taking the role.
Yeah.
That's what you see a lot of men doing.
Yeah. The old saying is, you're assuming the title, but you're not taking the responsibility that it entails. And I believe that's a huge component in that, is that they're not taking the responsibility at all, period. They just want to have the title, and they want women to bow down to them and do all these different things, right? But they're not even in a position for the woman to do that. Do you know the same argument about the sandwich, right? They want a woman to fix them a sandwich, right? But yet it's still they not going out here being a leader. They're not going out here working. They're not here providing services to their women or anything like that. But they have the expectation of their woman to fix him a hot meal every single time. Crazy.
Yeah, but they don't think it's crazy. That's the ideology. While we're saying that, they don't think it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're just thinking that's her job because that's what they've been. That's what they've been taught.
Mm-hmm. Facts. So really, she said this. So you are saying men are liars. They tell their women one thing and tell their buddies differently about them. And this particular conversation, that is absolutely what we're saying. That's absolutely what we're saying.
That's literally what I keep telling y'all. Like and here's the thing: me trying to help out women, me housing women, me telling them about their situations. Because of course they're gonna sit here and cry about it. They're gonna talk about why this dude ain't crap and whatnot. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, but do y'all not hear yourself talking? So I'm gonna sit here and tell them what the reality is. Because I'm almost 4 decades in, and I have seen quite often in relationships that the people will tell me one thing at dinner, with each other, at the barbecue, in the office. They're going to tell me one thing. But when I separate from them and I talk to the man, he completely is talking something different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to save you, man. Don't do it. No, like, this ain't it.
Mm-hmm. Facts. And there'd be so much negative talk about men who are married, right? Like the one men who are married, they be talking down on their wives all the time. It's unbelievable, especially at the barbershops when we have no barbershop talks.
So there's a concept. Someone brought this up to me, and this is a logic that women uses. And again, this isn't an attack, y'all, but they'll tell me that. So while these men are sitting here saying, "Don't get married," they're going home to their wife and whatnot. They're going home to their lady. Don't you think that's a problem? And I'm like, do y'all not understand what these guys are saying? This is his sleeping bag. This is his yogurt dumpster. Trying to watch the words I say, but y'all get what I'm saying. That's what she is. There's a reason he's not celebrating her. There's a reason he's saying what he's saying to other people. Meanwhile, he's telling me, go be a hoe. Go be Future.
Mm-hmm. You know what I believe is so disrespectful that these men do is this they go through the whole process of destroying women, right? They destroy women physically, mentally, and spiritually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then finally they get to the point where they say, you know what, I don't want to do that no more. I want to be straight edge now. So they decide to finally go and look for a woman who's, wholesome and all the good old stuff, right? And decide to go through a whole different leaf and totally change. I find that totally, absolutely disrespectful because you already ruined this woman or women, right? And now all of a sudden, you want to go through a whole new leaf, not understanding that karma is knocking at the window. Crazy.
No, like that's what happens. It's again, I talk bad about men on something serious, but that's only because of personal life experiences. Tells me outright to not trust them. But I tell women all the time, it's weird to me that most of you are not lesbians. And I'm not trying to deter them, but when you see how bad men are behind closed doors,
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised a lot more women aren't lesbians. But then here
Yep.
comes the it's not all men. And I agree, it's not all men, but holy crap. I think it's criminally underestimated how many men it is.
Mm-hmm. I believe that well, when we look at that argument with not all men, I believe that the men who are truly doing what they need to do, they're truly acting as leaders. They're disproportionately. They're very disproportionately where all you see is just these type of fuck shit men
I agree.
who are not leaders.
Because that's what's being put in our face. This is what's being celebrated. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's funny because it's not just the media. We could easily point to the social media, but this is real life too.
Mm-hmm.
I literally tell women who are married, and I'm always asking them, yo, you have such a great marriage. Why don't you show this off? Why don't you speak on your husband a bit more? They're like, no, I don't want no one involved. No, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, so I guess we just stuck with the ain't shit niggas then.
Yep. Which that goes to the other argument as well too. Like I stated earlier, that we're disproportionately right. So that goes into the narrative, like, well, not to right. Well, if this all is out here, then I might as well just settle for this ain't shit dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they say.
Even though that this dude is what he is, maybe I can change him. Maybe it could be potential, like you stated earlier.
Oof. I'm twofold on this argument. The women trying to change these men because I see the heart, I see the spirit, I really do. But just like how a lot of us dudes can look at these guys and be like, "Oh yeah, he ain't shit," we'll say that to the women. They'll be like, "No, you just jealous. You just trying to smash too." I'm gonna try to take that leap of faith. Hey, I respect it, but 9 times out of 10, what happens? He lets them down.
Mm-hmm. Facts. You want to know what's worse is when a man not only let a woman down, but he let his daughter down
His
too.
daughter down.
That's even worse. So that her literally being this a shit dude, not even participating in anything where what his daughter got going on or anything like that. And on top of that, treating his daughter as though she's just another statistic.
And that's what's this is why I was always hard on my mom when it came to the guys that she either dated or married. This is why I was hard on her because I was hard on the men. I was a little rascal. I was a headache to these dudes because I didn't respect them. I didn't have any reason to.
Mm-hmm.
All I heard was grown-ups telling me, that's your elder. You're supposed to respect him. Come again?
Mm-hmm.
That never resonated with me.
Facts.
Like
Alice,
this
salute, welcome.
dude isn't the head of the household. Dude isn't inspiring. Dude isn't teaching. Dude isn't leading. Dude isn't imparting on no wisdom. He's not leading by example. And numerous. What am I following? Because the same standards this woman would hold me accountable to, she not holding this man accountable to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Sweet Rita, she said this in the chat. I also agree with her on this too. She right about this. She said some women don't want other women to know how good their man is to them because the same woman might be trying to get what they got.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. I agree with that.
The problem with that is if every woman is thinking that way, then how are we ever going to know who the good guys are? How are we ever going to know that there are good men out here?
Mm-hmm.
We're not creating that narrative.
Yep. We're not properly vetting them out neither.
And that's where I wouldn't, if the women don't know what a leader is, how are they supposed to vet them out? I mean, obviously they can look up a textbook definition, but if they're looking at the same things we've been taught, they're going to be choosing some trash leaders.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Because that's what we're going on, because he's supposed to be running the situation.
Mm-hmm. Facts. So let me ask you this question, Lionel. Do you consider yourself as a good man?
I'm an asshole. Yeah, I'm a good man.
And why? Why do you believe that you're a good man?
I have integrity. I have humility, unfortunately, but I have a ton of ego also. To me, I have to lead by example. I have to be a stand-up individual because I have a brother and a sister that looks up to me. I have a community that is following my work. In order to call myself an idea, I have to stand at a certain level, but also because I want to. I want to help people. I want to see people thrive. I want to see people do better. I want to encourage people. I want to see people, loving each other and romance and flames.
Mm-hmm.
I am self-sacrifice, unfortunately. I hate that. But I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could rock with you on that. Now, my perspective is that I don't consider myself a good man, nor I don't consider myself as a bad man.
Okay.
The reason why is because of everything that you just say. I have the capacity to be good, depending on what people ideology of being good is. You know what I'm saying? I could be bad based on people ideology of being bad. You know what I'm saying? I could be either or. That's the same concept that I could either be the hero in people's story or I could be the villain in people's story, depending on their perspective behind it. But what I do consider myself as being just a man of integrity, period. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that I'm sorry. Yeah, meaning that I carry the same type of integrity where I do my very best to treat people on the same level of respect as they treat me. But if they don't treat me on the same level of respect, guess what? I'm gonna be disrespectful as hell with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the bad part. I am humble, but at the same time, I can be arrogant as well too. You know what I'm saying? I could be this good person, but I could be an asshole at the same exact time, in the same exact moment. You know what I mean? I can want to be a law-abiding citizen where I'm doing everything possible to abide by the law, or I could be a lawbreaker as well too, depending on the situation, depending on what's happening in that situation. But overall, I just came to this accepting and taking accountability within myself that this is just who I am as a human. You know what I'm saying? I could be all these things. I could exist in all of this, and I could accept me for being that. Period.
I get what you're saying and my situation because of the circumstances of my birth. I can't look at myself as bad or going down a certain route because I don't want to be like my sperm donor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that negative. So that's also part of the reason why I choose to operate different.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
Facts.
that's me.
Facts. Yeah, like I say, your response on that, it ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Period. You know what I'm saying? I agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I agree with it. Yeah, but I'm just curious because like we hear this term all the time that I'm a good man. You know, we even do this to try to defend the argument that women would say about men. No, he's a bad man and I'm a good man, and this is the reason why I'm a good man and he's a bad man. You know.
Uh, I don't know if women. No. See, I want to say I don't know if they know what a good man is or a bad man because they could listen to my argument and just say I'm just straight corny.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You know. But then, of course, I can hear women right now saying, "Oh, where are you meeting these women at?" But
Mm-hmm.
they're think about what the women say. Where are all the good men? How come we don't ever meet the good men?
Mm-hmm.
Where are
So,
they? Shit,
so
I'm trying to figure it out too.
So, ladies in the chat, you just heard me and Lionel. We gave our definition of what it means to be a good man, right? Ladies in the chat, what does it mean to y'all to be a good woman? How do that look for y'all? Or is there such thing as being a good woman? Because maybe in the sake of this conversation, maybe that's another reason why this disconnect is happening, why women not trusting men to be leaders. Maybe the disconnect is that we're not understanding what is determined as being good and what's determined as being bad. Maybe if we get a better understanding on that, we could drive towards that resort and we could start regaining the trust from the women. So
But
once
you have
again,
to,
once again, ladies, put it in the chat right now. What did it mean to you to be a good woman? I'm not asking you what it means to be a good man because obviously you don't know because you're not a man. So
yeah.
what does it mean to you to be a good woman? Go ahead, Lana.
And you know, you hear conversations. We've heard them for almost 40 years where these women are trying to talk and they'll be like, well, if you would have found yourself a good man or, you know, a guy will put them on the spot. And then the women will say, what does that leave as a good man? Because the women are challenged that because they don't want to be held accountable for dating the Glocktavius. However, in this conversation, that's the thing. I don't think a lot of these women do know what a good man is.
Mm-hmm. And there'll be
Definitely not in our community.
yeah, and it'll also be safe to say that a man don't know what a good woman is as well too.
And I'll say that because their logic, this is their logic, how they're looking at things, how they've been mentally trained.
Mm-hmm.
This is why when we hear, oh man, this dude treated that girl so bad, but she was, you know, she was a good woman. What is he doing? He didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not to give him any excuses though.
Facts. Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You gave an outline though on leadership. And this is where I do challenge parents on if they're raising their children, or rather their sons, to be a leader, or at least what their concept of a leader is. And when they talked about how how Andrew Tate was getting billions of views and a large number of his viewership was coming from young boys,
Mm-hmm.
to the point where it's like we have to ban him. You got the women sitting here shaking their heads, but at the same time, you got the men endorsing it. They don't see the problem. What's wrong with what he's saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was a minority that was speaking against it, but the majority were all for
Mm-hmm.
it. You can
Interesting.
So you have this whole situation now where these boys are learning from Andrew Tate. They're trying to ban him from the schools. They're trying to ban his videos and naming from showing up. I mean, the parents can only stop so much. I'm still going to hold them accountable. But the men are the ones who barely gave any pushback on this.
Mm-hmm. And I'm curious to want to know why is that so?
Because too many dudes agreed with it. That's the thing. Their mentality. This is why they gravitated towards people. Like, let's be real. When we talk about red pill spaces,
Mm-hmm.
just like how they had that whole argument about how Kevin Samuels didn't bring them up with them. These
Oh
dudes
yeah.
weren't getting real traction because Kevin Samuels was sitting here preaching. I'm not saying agree with everything, but he was trying to get men right. He
Mm-hmm.
was talking about bringing them together.
Mm-hmm.
However, when he died, that gave everyone else the platform they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to be toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to tell women that they are children and we're going to treat them like children. Now it's time to sit here and tell them that their place is essentially just in the kitchen and serving your every request.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Why they're not being held accountable at all, period.
At all. No accountability for what they're doing.
At
So
least
now
what
the women, go ahead.
yeah, at least the late great Kevin Samuels, he held the men accountable for
Held
that
them
bullshit.
accountable.
I remember
Absolutely.
I remember looking at shows where he had this men night, right? Them dudes used to come up there and say, "Hey, Kevin, I appreciate you doing the Lord's work, and you sit up here handling these women and stuff like that." Kevin would sit up here check the hell out of them dudes for real, call them out on that bullshit.
There was a great episode where this guy was talking about how his girl, basically he was living with his girlfriend. She had multiple degrees. She had this good job. He's asking him, well, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it sounds like she deserves someone. He told him, it sounds like she deserves someone better. It don't sound like you're bettering yourself. It don't sound like you're trying to reach her status. I mean, she should be stressed out. He held him
Mm-hmm.
accountable. Basically called him a lazy nigga.
Yep. This is exact words. Yep.
So it's like, but that's also not entertaining at the same time. Where these men today are definitely about the entertainment value, but what they're also feeding is these boys are lost. These boys, these young men, these grown men, they're lost. They're looking at these guys like these are leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're following them. And then they're taking those ideologies. Now, some of them, they're learning that it doesn't work in the real world like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
But again, go ahead.
they're not getting the results that they desire because they thinking that by listening to some of the talker points he's putting out there that they should instantly get the type of woman that they want. But nope.
It is bad. It is bad. But it goes back to they're not putting in the work to actually be a leader, not to these women, because that's what they want. They're still looking at the woman as a goal. Like, once I get this woman, that's it. Or they're looking at it from the monetary value. Oh, I got a good job. I got the money. Bam, now I got the girl. But they're not being told that they have to do something with the woman. They just,
Mm-hmm.
I got the woman on my shoulder. That's it.
Yep. Trophy woman or trophy wife. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Trophy wife.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. That is like so degrading though. On the cool though, to sit up here call your woman a trophy.
Yeah. But who exactly is telling them that it's wrong though?
Hell, we
No
are.
one tell Yeah, no, we are. But that's not
Because
what they're hearing though.
that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's not what they're hearing. That this is a trophy wife. How many times have we listened to a man and they like point out a girl and he'd be like, you don't even know what to do with that. Or what would you do with that if you had that? Because what else are they? We know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're not asking, what are you going to build with this woman? Or what type of business or empire would you run with her?
Mm-hmm.
She's just a
Facts.
sexual object.
Facts. Now I am an advocate of both men and women should already have their shit together prior before they enter into a relationship. But I'm also an advocate of them building together. Even though they have their stuff together and they come into their relationship, that's not stopping y'all from still building. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that y'all want to do, you should still do that. Sky is the limit. But that goes back to the trust pour. There's that trust pour, so where it's a disconnection with their leadership. So
Okay.
go ahead real quick. I'm making
I'm
another point.
50-50 when it comes to that, only because I've seen relationships that are still going strong a decade later, black couples where they didn't have nothing together, but they came together and they're happy for the
Mhm.
most part. They're building more. I've watched them level up together.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said 50-50, because I do agree with you, but I've also seen it where it really does happen. And I actually know more white couples where they've been together 40, 50 years and they absolutely had nothing when they got together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can see that.
that goes back with the leadership thing, though.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Um, let's take it in this direction. We're talking about trust. We're talking about a man being in leadership, right? Let's talk about the finances. All right.
Here we go.
So even with the finances, right? Do y'all believe in this? And I'm gonna ask Lionel this as well too. Do y'all believe that when you're married or when you're in a relationship that the finances should be either combined or should be separate? For it's like the money that you make. Should it be combined or should it be separate? Should you have a combined account or a joint account as well too?
I don't need y'all seeing where I'm getting extra money. Can't have my OnlyFans money going into our account now. Got you asking the wrong questions now. I don't have a definitive answer, and it's mainly because, well, my mom has drilled into me, don't do crap like that, like get a joint account. Can't trust these women. That's my mom now. But if y'all have single, I gotta know who's making money. Like, who's making more money? Because that's gonna be a determining factor.
Well, why would that be a determining factor?
So let me tell you, because 9 times out of 10, when the man is making more money, that Hitler mentality starts seeping in. That dictator mentality starts sinking in. Remember, dudes don't know how to be leaders.
Gotcha.
When he starts making that more money, he starts thinking he has more power.
Mm-hmm.
This less become about a matter of equality. That's why I say that. Because you're no longer like, if you're looking at each other like, yo, we're together, the more he makes, the more he's gonna look at his status as being above.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay.
If y'all are in the same ballpark, it doesn't matter at all. I mean, you're bringing your incomes together regardless. I still don't say put your money together. But I can understand if you do. We're coming as one. We're a unified front. Let's have one joint account, but at the same time have two separate accounts too. Regardless, even if you have a joint account, I think you should still have a separate account.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put your side girl money somewhere. Can't be putting it in the main account. Let me stop. Because I get it. Don't get me wrong, because I get it. I talk with married people. They tell me the circumstances they have. And most of the married people I talk to, they do have a joint account, but they also have two separate accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Just for extra stuff. The joint account is mainly for the main bills. The extra account, for the extra crap. Got to get my hair and weave. Got to get my toy cars. It's the extra crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, with that being said, right, do the man and the woman have to ask for permission to do certain type of spendings in that joint account?
Outside of bills, I do think, that's your partner. They're going to say that's their partner. So I'm talking about the women, because the women I'm thinking like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The women are going to be like, that's their partner.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope the man doesn't think like that. But she's going to be like, yes, he should, ask. If it's not about the bills, then he should consult with me first. The men, I do think you should tell your lady if you about to do some type of spending, hey, I'm about to go and get this new plane or something. I don't know why I thought of that, but I do think you should say something, because again, it's the joint account. Y'all both putting y'all earnings in. You both should know what's being spent, what's coming out of it. It's communication.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just sitting here spending all time, just spending in there and not really telling her, or vice versa, that's a lack of communication. And it almost falls on disrespect, if not outright disrespect.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Because it's y'all resource, essentially.
Yep, gotcha. So I'm gonna ask you this question too, Lionel, and
Go for it.
this goes for everybody in chat as well too. What would be the purpose of having a joint account to begin with in the first place?
Again, I don't agree with that crap. However, me just listening to the married people talk, real talk, I think the married people sound stupid too when they bring this up. I gotta be honest. I think it's stupid when they bring this up. I don't see that purpose of it. Personally, I feel like if you trust me and I trust you, we should already have our accounts. We should trust each other that we're going to do the right thing in this situation, this relationship. I know people don't like me calling it a situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it, though.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I want to hear these people defend it.
So here's my perspective on this as being a married man. Me and my wife, we absolutely do not have no joint account. We don't see no reason of having it. We don't see a purpose of having it. We talked about it. Absolutely, we talked about it. But at the end of the day, we don't need it. The reason why we don't need it is because we're very transparent about our finances.
Simple.
It is that simple. We're very transparent about our finances. You know what I'm saying? We know what is going. And then on top of that, the reason why I asked you this question about do you need permission to spend money? You don't need that because it's your money. Technically, if you bringing in money into that account, then it's technically still your money. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to ask for permission to spend your own money, because if you got to do that, then that's automatic a lack of trust right in and there. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for both ways, for the man and the woman. Like both men and women, they're bringing in the certain level of finances, right? And she decided that she wanted to buy a car. It's your money. I don't give her down. You know, you just let me know. But it's the whole transparent part about like,
Yeah.
hey, babe, yeah, I believe we need a new car. Something's going to get this new car. Okay, you know, all right. Because that's just like you say, that's what keep the trust going is that you constantly being transparent about what's going on in your account and how the way you know you're spending money and you're not being foolish. You know, you're not doing
Yeah.
foolish spending.
Freaking communicate.
Mm-hmm. Now here's another thing too. One of my biggest pushback on that joint account is because I honestly believe the only reason why people help get a joint account because they married is because they want to have control. That's where it boils
I'm
down
with
to.
you.
It's where it boils down to. Where they want to have control, so that way they could see exactly what you're doing. That's where it boils down to. Alex, she said this. She said on both that she also said she's speaking from the perspective of a husband and a wife and not a boyfriend and a girlfriend relationship. And she
Elaborate.
so she's talking about you can have both a separate account and a joint account.
I told you that's what these married women be telling me. Again, I don't agree with it, but that's I really feel like these dudes be getting suckered into going through with that crap.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be.
Mm-hmm. Because to be honest with you, most dudes don't even. So I ain't gonna say most dudes don't be wanting to do that. Period. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll speak for them. Most of them dudes don't want to do that. They got to be getting suckered. She probably, these girls be twinkling their nose or, twerking in the right way. But like, we should get a joint account.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like, dang, okay. Not realizing what he's saying at the moment.
Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, y'all at the bank like, man, why I'm up here again?
But I do think there is a problem. We have too much information also today. I mean, if the guys want to be in the role, they would be in the role. They would be fighting to be in the role. Just like how you said, with your marriage, you basically have to reteach yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be that leader in your relationship, or just as a man, it don't even have to be a relationship. Just as a man, you would be doing something to be in that role.
Yeah, absolutely.
My question is, why aren't these guys doing it though?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they want to be leaders?
Maybe it's because the whole reality of leadership, it takes a lot of work, takes a lot of sacrifice, and that's something that they believe they just don't have time to do. They just want to get the easy way out.
Interesting. I actually want to know what the women think, because they're the main ones that have been complaining about it.
Oh, once again, ladies and gentlemen, and this segment of the show, I do have the link pinned at the top of the chat. If you'd like to want to come up and engage into this thought-provoking conversation, by all means, pull up and we'll have the conversation. All right. So in this segment, we are talking about finances, right? And I impose a interesting question. Talking about finances, do you believe you should have a joint account or a separate account, and what's the reason why? Me and Lionel, we're on the stance that you shouldn't have a joint account. The reason why, simply because it's dealing with control. It's control, and you don't trust that person. There's nothing wrong with this having. It's nothing wrong with having two separate accounts. Alex, she said this. Alex said there's no one size fits all when it comes to marriage and relationships. What matters is what works for the couple. That she also said her husband and hers will be celebrating 30 years of marriage next month. So what works for us works for her. Boop, 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 Dom DeMoco for 36 years of marriage.
You supposed to applaud that? I apologize. I am jaded. I know too many couples at this point who are 40 years plus and are just miserable. My bad. I'm jaded. I have to work on that. And too many of these old married men only have horror stories to tell me, or misery, or stories of misery about their wives.
Mm-hmm. Hey, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, Lionel and I, we be having conversations all the time, right? And Lionel, he say this all the time. He like, man, Urban, you was one of the first men that I ever met who actually talks good about his wife all the time, consistently.
And I'm dead serious. Behind the scenes, he literally is the first man I've ever met in my 35-year life that has talked good about his wife behind her back. 99.9% of men I've ever met up and down the East Coast, across the West, in other countries, they dog their wife. It's like a hobby. They love it. They just dog their wife. Nothing positive to say. Men who you would think have nothing but good things to say. I mean, shoot, you can go to your pastors also. Pastors and bishops, councilmen, pick somebody. Every occupation, I can promise you, they've done nothing but dog their wife. So it was a fresher breath there to hear a man speak positive about his wife behind her back. Because a lot of women should not be so sure that their man would speak positive about them behind their back.
Facts. Facts, absolutely. And the reason why I do that is not because I'm sort of putting her on a pedestal or anything like that. It's because I honestly do respect this woman. I honestly do unconditionally love this woman for real, because she does things too, you know. I hate to say it this way, but she does things to always prove herself no matter what. And she don't do it because I make her do it. It is automatically in her to do it.
Yeah, I understand. Absolutely understand.
And then she inspires me to be a better version of myself on every single day. She do. Just the same as I inspire her every single day to be a better version of herself.
But you see, now this is once again the whole topic of leadership. Why would women women be following men to be leaders if they can't even hear their man talk about them like this? I know Urban has the whole chat where he got the anomalies in the chat where their men just go out in public and just be screaming how good they are. But that's not the average situation. All of these dudes don't got nothing positive to say. And of course, they're going to ask, well, why are you with this person? But I think y'all are asking the wrong questions. Because that question has no value to it. Like, and these are the men who are also, that was teaching us, they're not telling us women have any value outside of being pretty or what's in between her legs. There was never any value there. Or if you got the kids, hey, make sure she does all the work. There's that too.
Yep. Absolutely.
But yet these women will defend the men of old. And it always has me scratching my head on how can you defend these men when they were terrible?
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. So we figure ready to call it a night, y'all. Once again, I appreciate Lionel. I was pulling up here as always, giving his perspective on the topic.
I appreciate being here, man.
like always, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, salute to everyone who's on tuning in to the show tonight. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all hit the one thumbs up because it helps the channel out a whole lot. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this conversation that we was having today. This overall topic about what we was on share today. Do you agree with my perspective about this, or do you disagree with this? Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Like always, I'll probably address y'all and we'll probably have a conversation and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So once again, at the end of the day, the reason why women stop trusting men to lead in relationships is simply because men do not understand the whole dynamics of being a leader to begin with in the first place. Men had used and abused women so much so where they disconnected from men or they lost the sense of trust from men. The only way we can reestablish this, my brothers, is that we have to learn about what it means to be a leader. Just like I told you it in the show, I told you that my journey of learning how to be a leader is that I had to unlearn everything that was being taught to me about allegedly what a leader is, and I had to relearn all over again. Absolutely. So what I'm a challenge to y'all, my brothers, the men out there, right? I want to challenge y'all this. I want to challenge to y'all is that you go out and figure out what do it truly means to be a leader. If it takes for you starting all the way over again and finding out what it means to be a leader to you, then by all means do it. Go on that journey. Because I guarantee when you go on that journey, you're going to find the truth. You're going to find out the truth that the things that you've been taught, the things that you think you know about being a leader, is absolutely false. And that's what's turned down our women. And that's why women are not trusting us. So I'm holding y'all accountable that you need to go ahead and find out what it truly means to be a leader. Y'all let me know about y'all journey. Other than that, thank y'all so much for tuning into the show. I appreciate everyone who's in the building. Normally I have my sound effects going, but currently it is unavailable right now. But I guarantee that I'll have it on the next show. All right. So thank y'all so much and appreciate y'all. And make sure, last but not least, I did plug Blue Book in. I did a quick promo on Blue Book, and I'll do it again real quick, y'all. So once again, make sure that y'all go and purchase this phenomenal book by Blue. I have her link in my community wall right now. So go ahead and purchase her book. It is available at Barnes & Noble. Yes, she's bougie as hell. She's not at Amazon. She's bougie as hell. It's on Barnes & Noble, so make sure you support this phenomenal content creator and her phenomenal journey book. I've been looking at the one book. I've been reading through it. She got great content in her, and she got some great homework in her that's going to help improve you in your everyday life. Just like I was telling you, men, about journey, about being leadership, right? About journey of being a leader. This book can help you in this journey. This book can help inspire you in that journey of being an effective leader in your household as men. So go ahead and purchase this book. It is right now, it's posted on my community wall right now. You'll see it clear as day. You'll see it on my community wall, all right? So other than that, thank y'all so much for tuning into the show, and we'll see you again on the next episode. Peace out, y'all.